Why does it look like we're on Mars? This is so strange. This is one of the coolest Geoguessr rounds I've seen, full stop. Hello everyone, it is Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Good to have you along on the channel today. I'm going to be playing some Wrong Country Challenge today. It's a mode popularized by the Great Geography Challenges, and I'm going to be trying to get the highest score I can while guessing the wrong country. It's actually quite a difficult thing, especially if you get a bad string of countries in a row, but we're going to be trying to go the highest that we can today. I hope for something above 20,000. That shouldn't be too hard, but hopefully even in excess of that would be great. Before we start the video, I got a new Instagram post up here. Found some rare bollards in my area. Go give your boy a like over there. Would be much appreciated. And give me a follow as well. So let's get straight into here and see what the first seed is going to be like for us. And this is not a good sign. This should be somewhere in the United States or something like that. And obviously that's not going to give us a particularly good score. So yeah, speed limit sign here will be United States. Unless we could be on the border with with Canada somewhere here. It is possible. It is possible. So I don't necessarily hate it. Obviously, we're just going to go for somewhere on the Great Plains here. I was thinking Manitoba border here. We could be in like North or South Dakota or something like that. Don't really feel confident that we are. Indeed, the more I look at these houses, the more I think maybe guessing over here near Ohio could actually net us some good points. Because these houses kind of feel a bit Midwestern, maybe even Michigan-like, although we did have a front plate, so it shouldn't be there. So my two thoughts are like maybe over here or over here, but I think with this extra southern latitude, we can go here. And yeah, it was Texas. I mean, I didn't really, we could have gotten a good score if I went Mexico there, but I did not. Pick it up, unfortunately. It was so green and felt like it must have been taken in the middle of winter or something. Now, I'm not playing particularly well this evening. I just did my league matches and everything and failed a bunch of rounds, so I don't expect to be getting my best ever scores tonight, but, let's at least improve on that one. This one feels like Mexico, I would have thought. Short plates and all that. And it kind of felt like this region over here to me, so I think a Guatemala or a Belize would be in order here. Taking a look at all the houses here. Yeah, I don't know. I actually think Guatemala might be a better option, so I'm going to go for that. And it ends up being, yeah, all the way up there, 2.9k. For the first seed, we'll allow a score like that, but towards the end of the video, we'll try and get better. This one is going to be somewhere in Bangladesh. Just trying to think here. Kind of feels southern Bangladesh with all the palms, but sometimes I get confused. Bangladesh is a confusing country. Sometimes the vegetation doesn't fit what you'd expect it to. So I was thinking of guessing India here, maybe near this border. I could also see like a guess over here working near Chattogram or something like that, or even all the way down here. Maybe that would fit better. It is rather flat. I think that would fit. At least for the coastal bit. I don't know, I might go for that. Coastal seems to make sense with all the palms, so yeah, I'm going to go for the interesting guess here. And it ends up being not terrible. Probably about as close as we could have gotten. I mean, India would have been slightly better, but 4.4 is good. This one's going to be somewhere in South Africa or Botswana. I was thinking Botswana here, but I could actually see South Africa really being a good option too. So, just trying to see if we see any country-specific clues around the spot here. Kasane Magistrates Court. I feel like that could really fit either country, but I kind of feel like we may be kind of around here. So I wonder if searching for Kasane could be a good idea just really quickly. I was thinking of this area here. I don't see it around here either, but I've never been the best scanner. This is a problem with me. I think I will guess on the South African side of the border here, but hey, we could also guess Zimbabwe or something like that. It's always an option. Three River Society, Thebe River. Safaris, yeah. With safaris, I am thinking it's going to be in Botswana. So maybe even let's go for a Zimbabwe here. Let's make it interesting. Okay, so Zimbabwe was technically just about the closest country we could have gone in, but Kasane was all the way up there. I didn't pick that up, so yeah, I mean, not the best score. 3.9. This one should be somewhere in Sweden. Would have thought with the short dashes. 90. That's kind of strange. I'm not sure if I actually trust it. That's well, I guess it must be, but the speed sign doesn't look like a normal Swedish one to me. So we have wooden poles. You do often see wooden poles in Sweden. Look at this pari. It doesn't feel like a Swedish language to me. It's a problem. That's a problem. So where else could we be here? Not too many countries use short dashes. This is interesting how all the backs of the signs have like little stickers on them. Could we be in the Baltics here? I kind of don't hate that. I mean, it is maybe a little hilly here, a little bit of elevation, but I feel like Baltic poles offer, like signposts often do have something on the back. And you do sometimes see these dashes in like Lithuania or something. So, I mean, maybe I should go Latvia here. I don't know. My better judgment probably just tells me we should go for Sweden and just kind of disregard this, which doesn't really seem too Swedish. So I think I'll actually do that, but you know, I would not be surprised. So Copenhagen area seems to be a decent fit here. Probably is a little further north, so maybe even Åland Islands, because they're not part of Sweden, could be a better option. Let's try that. It was actually in Estonia, so you know, the choice of going Finland didn't actually hurt us too badly, but I knew there was something wrong. But I didn't think Estonia because of that slight elevation, but yeah, you do get that, of course, in the Baltics. They're not completely flat. This one's cool. I mean, my first thought is Brazil. We have the black car though. Okay, so we should be in the panhandle of Argentina. Now, if we weren't playing with the car, I still could have gotten it because this is an Argentinian pole here, kind of a frame with the concrete in the middle. And also this pole top, I believe, you would also see in Arg. But you may also see it in Brazil. I think this acute angle one, definitely. You see that in Arg quite a bit. And so, this is a good one for points, for sure. I was thinking, you know, maybe just around here would probably do. Slightly elevated, so we can look into the map here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's all kind of just like slight hills in this kind of area anyway. So I'm going to go for that. And ends up being, well, I mean, it's right on the border. That could have been a really, really juicy round if I had chosen to go there. But we went with 19,899, so almost the 20k. Considering the beginning with Mexico, that is a pretty good effort. So let's hop back in here and see if we can, you know, get above 20k or maybe even 22 or something like that. This one is interesting. No dashes on the crossing sign here. So what would that mean? Hotel. Interesting. Just trying to think. This actually is striped pole. Maybe this is Serbia. Do we have an antenna? No antenna, so I think this is actually going to be Serbia. That would make sense for a car like this as well. And we do have a combination of Latin and Cyrillic, so that would make sense as well. So we have hills in the background. Serbia. I was thinking we could be in like Niš or something like that. So I guess Bulgaria could work here. Kosovo, this is kind of the type of round where it actually kind of matters what you count Kosovo as. If we count it as independent, then I feel like this is a really good guess right here. So I might go for that. I think for the purpose of this video, I'm going to count Kosovo as independent and go for Kosovo because I think that's going to be closest. So let's see if I'm right. And yeah, that was easily the best guess we could have done. So yeah. Hopefully no one's too mad, but you know, we take the 85 kilometer guess then. That's quite nice. Okay, now we have a not such a good site. We're in Australia. I would say we're probably in like something in like Newcastle or Gosford or you know something around here, something Port Macquarie, some one of those ones I would say. Yellow plate, yeah, that should all but seal it. Maybe even Sydney, it's possible. But yeah, a lot of palms here. And so, our nearest country is going to be a long way away, probably over here. And so, New Caledonia would also be an option here. I think New Zealand's going to be slightly closer, considering that we're in New South Wales. But yeah, I guess we could also go in France here. Yeah, we'll see where we are. And yeah, that was the right choice, of course. But yeah, it was Newcastle, and unfortunately, we get burnt. We're still on a decent score, but yeah, we're going to need really nice guesses from here on in. Here we have Alberta bollards, and so there's only one option. We just go here in Montana, and of course, we don't really get rewarded for it. I mean, it's the best possible guess, maybe apart from an Alaska, but yeah, no good. Okay, so we'll reset that. That's one clearly didn't have our best intentions in mind. Here we have red and white chevrons, which definitely limits the number of countries it can be. White number plate here that's long. Is this actually Russia? We don't have an antenna. We don't have a long antenna, so I don't think so. Would it be Turkey? I don't think it's Turkey with this number plate. So just trying to think of where that would actually be. What does Croatia use? This could be Croatia near the Hungarian border. I think they might use these chevrons, so I'm tempted to go for that honestly, with the lack of blue strip. This might be a silly guess, but because it's only round 1, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to guess right there. And it ends up being in Hungary itself. Okay, that's a bit of a fail. Unfortunately, I've clicked on the right country rather than the wrong one, so hopefully that doesn't happen too much more in this video, but yeah, there we go. That was an unintentional good guess. Okay, and this one should be Italy. I think that was my first thought anyway. I guess it could be Spain as well. Trying to find any like Spanish sign here. That would be really useful. Okay, language here. That might seem more Spanish. That might seem more Spanish, to be fair. Pyrenees. This could be Pyrenees. Okay, so I think it's Spain. I think it's Spain, but I can't remember where it would be. Regardless, I think France is going to be our best option here over Portugal because it's so mountainous. Unless we were right in the south. This could be like... This is a famous spot. I know there's like a really famous spot near Malaga or something like that that might look similar to this. In which case Portugal would be the best, but unfortunately I'm just not that familiar with that part of the world. So, yeah, I'm still thinking with this older architecture that probably Andorra or France over here would be the best options. So I think I'm gonna go here. We'll see about that though. Yeah, it was the best option. Outside Barcelona, I thought I'd seen similar architecture around there, so that's a really nice start for sure. Okay, next one here, also doable. We're gonna be in Belgium. Oh no, South Korea, wow. This brick architecture threw me off, but then I'm pretty sure I just saw some Korean here, right? Yeah, that looks like Korean, so wow. Interesting. I mean, North Korea or Japan, the only two options here. What do I think this is though? I think actually guessing in Seoul might be a good idea because of the weird architecture. I don't know, would you see this? I don't know where you'd see this, but big apartment blocks. There's plenty of heavily like populated areas in South Korea, so... but the good thing about going North Korea is it's always a good option, whereas the like Fukuoka kind of hedge or this island here is also decent. It is decent actually. I'm just realizing how close that is. Maybe it is better than North Korea here because I get the feeling this might be southern. Should I go from my initial thought? Looking at the grass and everything, feels like a warmer climate. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not convinced by the North Korea hedge here. I don't know if I am. Yeah, I don't know. I will go for North. I will go for North, actually. And it ends up being a good shout. Like, definitely much closer than if we had guessed elsewhere. We're in Wonju. So, I don't know if I've ever had a round there, but I certainly can't remember having had one. But yeah, cool spot. Okay, this one will be somewhere in Chile, I guess. When I looked this direction, I thought it would be Portugal or Spain with all these eucalyptus trees. Instead, I think it must be Chile. I'm just trying to think of anywhere else with the white car that would have a proper landscape for this. I don't think it's gonna be Philippines, and it can't be like this kind of landscape almost looks Colombian in the background, but with the white car, it can't be there. So that's good news. I'll say Concepcion is where you often see quite a few eucalyptus trees, as far as I remember. So I think I'm gonna guess there. Fairly dry, so I could even see a little further north here, maybe like there. Or here. Yeah, I'm gonna go on this one here because maybe it feels a little dry for Concepcion area. That's my logic at least. Hopefully we are close here. And it was Peru. Cusco. I did not. I mean that explains why the hills looked so Colombian because more Andes kind of thing going on over here than, for example, we'd have in Concepcion, which is a little flatter. If you can see here, it's only has slight hills. But that's a very bad guess. I mean, at least we didn't get the right country. But okay, well we can move past that. That was not a good guess, but I've been making some nice ones, and we can definitely do better than what we had with the 19.9. So this one should be somewhere in Thailand, and I would say that Laos might be the best option here. I was kind of thinking of guessing there. Very, very deep red soil here. Maybe a little further south. I was thinking here, kind of for this region here. That's my thought. And yeah, I mean, it was actually in Laos, damn it. That's why it looks so Laotian. But yeah, okay. Next one. This one should be somewhere in Spain. These signs will feel quite Spanish to me. And this one, I am thinking that Portugal will be better. And I'm thinking of going here or here. Gonna go there. And ends up being a really nice guess, actually. 4.3, we take that every day of the week. This one, before I look around, is it Mexico? I can't actually tell where this is actually. Still feeling Mexico. Feels like these might be octagonal poles. The whole round is kind of strange. Single yellow though. I think it would make sense. Yeah. I'm worried about my guesses, man. I'm a little bit off today. I had a bit of a headache, so. But the content grind keeps going. I think these pole tops look Mexican, so yeah, I'm gonna be happy with that. Now I would say this is around Mexico City area, and so our best guess is probably just gonna be this point in Guatemala again. But yeah, I don't expect to get good points here, unfortunately. Yeah, it was Mexico City area, so 3K. I mean, it's about as good as we could have gotten. This one feels like it's going to be Ukraine. Actually, we have the domain name here. We have the Polish-style bollards here as well. And so we should be somewhere near Poland, and I'm thinking that's probably going to be our best guess. But actually, look at this. We have place names. We have Chop, and we have Uzhhorod, and we have Mukachevko, which is on the border, I believe. Am I wrong? Yeah, here's Uzhhorod, and well, yeah, there's Mukachevo. So we are going to be very close here. Chop is further away, yeah. So we should just go, okay, Chop is further away. Why is Chop 73? Okay, so we're much closer to Mukachevo. So I think here is the best option. So I'm going to go right here for maximum points. Let's see it. Beauty. There we were. So 43 kilometers away. We are on a good track here. And we get Europe again. This is fantastic. Dude, we're on track for, if it wasn't for that Mexico, we would be on track for a huge score, but unfortunately not. France here, I would say it feels fairly southern, so I'm thinking of going Spain here. Yeah, I think I like Spain best. But yeah, French bollards seal the deal for us. We don't have to worry about the country. I'm going to go here. Well, no, maybe here, because I kind of feel it might be kind of Toulouse, Bordeaux, maybe a little further north. It could even be the north of France, for all I know. But the architecture feels more southern to me, and so does the landscape. But yeah, I've been very wrong about these things in the past, so we'll see if I am now. Yeah, I am very wrong. Yeah, 3.3. Well, Belgium would have been a much better option there. I don't know. Last one here. We should be in Spain or Portugal. Border is not particularly thick, but blue and white turning arrows should mean we are in Spain here. Yeah, and so I think I'll just go Portugal here and secure a fairly good score here. I imagine somewhere there should work. And yeah, again, it's nice. So Portugal was nice to us this seed, 19.9, a very, very slight improvement over our last one. So we had the very, very nice Ukraine. We had two good Spains where I guess the same spot and we were basically equal distance either side of us. And then a bad France and a Mexico where we knew exactly where it was, but we couldn't do too much. So let's do a few more of these here. Maybe we'll chase a good seed a bit more now for the rest of the video. See if we can improve on what we've gotten so far. No front plate here. Is this worth doing? That feels like a USA shield, so yeah, I'm actually going to go Mexico here. I feel like it might be like kind of more the southern side of things here. 2.1, I think Ontario would have been a slightly better option there, but all things considered, was always going to be tough. This one's Uruguay. That's not a bad site. We don't mind Uruguay here. I'll show you where my thought is. This kind of reminds me of where the Brazilian border kind of dips in a bit here. It kind of reminds me of that area. And I could easily see this being this side of the country, but just gave me that vibe, so I'm going to test it. Yeah, ends up being pretty close. I mean, Brazil here would have been a better option, but still happy with it. This one's Austria. That's a good site as well. Yes, this one is Austria. And so, beautiful, like blue lake here. I was thinking that maybe Italy here would make a nice hedge for us. Something like that would make a nice hedge where we can pretty much like take in. I mean, there's not actually all that many lakes here. So I'm wondering where this actually would be. Maybe it's, well, I don't know. Maybe it's one of these ones here. In which case, that guess would be better, but I feel like this kind of covers a lot of it, and that way for over here we get better points as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's well, maybe I actually do prefer going kind of over here instead, because I feel like there are a few more lakes from what I can see. I'm going to go for the swag guess and see if I can pick up some more points. Very good switch, although Germany would have been even better, which I didn't really consider. But 4.8 is just, that's about as good as you can ask, so really no problem there. Okay, this one's Kenya. It's not terrible, not terrible. We can get good points in Kenya, if I can work out where it is. Problem is, I feel like this is probably near Nairobi, and so probably Tanzania is probably going to be our best option. So if we were here, yeah, Tanzania is not bad. We don't lose too many points if it ends up being Nairobi like I think it is. A bit of this soil is quite brown, so I am even considering kind of going up further this direction in case it's like Nakuru, Kisumu area. But the black car is more common around Nairobi and doesn't go out this direction as much as the silver one does, so it's definitely worth keeping in mind. Big mountains, big hills at least. So yeah, I think I like this guess, kind of like good little spread here. Of course, the problem is that Uganda may actually be closer. I can easily see that, especially if especially if it is more out that direction. But I think this is a good hedge. So let's see. Yeah, ends up being the best guess we could have gotten. So 4.3, we'll take that for sure. We're on a good track here. We're on a good track. Unfortunately, what we're looking at right now is the United States of America, and it almost feels southern, doesn't it? So, although I could see it being northern too. Oh, wow, why my perception of latitude has been off today. This grass here looks a little more southern to me. This church feels kind of like a Baptist, kind of like Southern Baptist kind of thing to me. But the road and everything kind of feels like this view here feels more northern, and this view here feels more southern. So I am actually considering going northern instead. Almost feels like we have some like snow damage as well here, potentially. I don't know. Thinking of guessing like just like in this Ontario pocket again here. It's kind of my my preference, I must say. If only we had some more buildings, because this is not much to go off of. I could easily see that being like a Michigan church or something like that, or something up here. So I think I'm going to trust my second thought here, which is that it's more northern, and see. Yeah, Mississippi, it was southern. To be fair though, Mexico wouldn't have gotten us too many more points, so I don't hate it. And the last one here, oh man, this would have been a great seed, because this one's going to be... Where is this actually? Hotel C Hop. Where is this bollard though? Yellow outer line is actually Italy. We've got blue on both sides of the plate there, it feels like. We also have a black and white chevron, so I think this is Italy. With a rare Italian... Oh no! Wow, look at this. I thought there was a white bit at the top, but it's just the rock blending in incredibly well. So my eyes like created the top of the bollard, but it doesn't exist. It's just an Italian bollard. So sorry if you struggled watching me say that, but this one should be Alps. So I think we're going to get a great score here, actually. Thinking just Austria, but really Switzerland may be a nicer hedge. I think we should probably just go for the Swiss hedge, eh? Hotel Seehof. That's the problem. It feels a bit German, so maybe this region over here. What's it called? I always forget the name of the German-speaking area, but maybe we can actually look at the border here to remember. What's it called? Yeah, Tyrol. Yeah, Tyrol. And so I guess something like that would kind of fit for most of the, German-speaking part here. Maybe that's even better. So let's go for that. Yeah, I mean, it was a bad switch because we would have had more points there, but 80 kilometers away, again, can't complain. 21.2. We can do better. I'm going to give it a few more tries. If it wasn't for that US, though, then it could have been a 23. Easily, in fact. Because we definitely dropped, like, almost 2.3k on that round alone. Okay. That is looking like an Indo-Pole, I would say. And so, not too much hope of a good score here. We just kind of have to hope it's on Sumatra, I think, in order to get a good one. It is on Sumatra, so 3.3. Yeah, I mean, we need better. We want 4k at least to start the round off, because, often luck doesn't quite favor us, and then we wish we went for a better round at the start. So this feels like Bulgaria or Greece. The poles don't feel particularly tall, like you often see in Greece. They'll be like that height. So I'm thinking of going Bulgaria here, but it's a bit dodgy. It is. I'm going to go for this in Greece. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, it was Romania, so 3.8 again. Not quite what I wanted to see. Interesting wooden poles there. Bulgaria, you know, Romania, you don't see wooden poles that often, so it was a hard round in its own right. I have no idea where this is. Sun to the north, southern hemisphere. I guess it's actually going to be somewhere in RG, in which case I'm just going to go here and hope for the best here. And it's not a bad guess, but 3.2 again. Well, it's good that we're getting these harder rounds out of the way before we are on a roll, you know? Wow. Antenna on the car? What is this, man? This is one of the coolest Geoguessr rounds I've seen, full stop. I have no idea where this is, though. What? We're on Mars, bro. Why does it look like we're on Mars? This is so strange. I'm thinking of... Not Jordan. Wouldn't be Jordan with the antenna. Where is this? UAE? Do you ever get this in UAE? I mean, no antenna there either, so... Spain. Like, Canaries or something. So, if we guess here... I mean, I've never guessed Western Sahara for a Spain guess, but I think that's what we're going to do here. Can't think of anything better, man. It feels volcanic, that's the thing. And we have, like, a European antenna. I don't really know how often you get the antenna on Canaries, but... That's the best thing I can think of, man. Wow! Western Sahara guess comes in clutch. Wow, okay. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can continue on with the goodness here. White rear plate. So I'm thinking just a Northern Ireland makes the most sense here. Somewhere here. Yeah, I think that's going to be best. Wales could also be the option if it's southern. But as for me, I think it might be northern here. So I'm even thinking kind of that is better. See? Yeah, ends up being a perfect guess, essentially. 4.7. Let's go. Oh, no. Back in North America. Oh, Barrow. Yeah, so this one's lacking front plates. I think this is an easy Mexico send here, as opposed to the last ones. But look at these houses. They're kind of cool. Very historical looking. We got the crappy house with it. Well, it's not crappy, but it's, you know, like a derelict house with this epic, you know, Transformers Chevy. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I think I'm delaying the inevitable here, which is that I have to kind of go here. I'd say that's probably best. Maybe even, well, this is probably better. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, ends up being South Carolina, about what I expected. And to be fair, Toronto would have been better. Toronto would have been better. So we're gonna unfortunately go down here. This is sad. And then a Russia to top it off. Is that what I'm seeing here, or is this Mexico? Yellow plate. Wow, this is actually Indo. I completely misjudged it off the bat. And so, yeah, this one was destined for failure, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll do one more after this. Let's just guess there. Ends up being about the best guess we could have done, to be fair, there. And the last one's Russia. And so, yeah, this seed was doomed. It might be St. Petersburg, though. May it be? Oh, I didn't click guess. Yeah, Arkhangelsk. Okay, so let's do one more here. That was 16k, a respectable score, and a really nice guess off the bat, to be fair. And so this one feels like Bulgaria, does it? Oh no, actually Turkey. Not fantastic, but if it felt like Bulgaria, maybe Bulgaria's best here. So I'm going to try that. Yeah, ends up being a good guess, 3.8, Ankara. Yeah, I mean, always going to be hard to get good points when it's an Ankara there. And this one's Brazil, so I'm going to reset. I don't think there was points opportunity there, quite honestly, yeah. This one is US, I would say. Yep, US flag here. And so, I think we're going to go for one of these ones, baby. Send it in and see. And it ends up being a good guess. Iowa, 2.8. Wow. Okay, not as good as I thought. The right latitude, probably the right placement, to be fair. And we get a southern one again here. That's not going to do, unless it was like a really deep South Texas, which I don't think it was. Okay, this one's Russia. So at least we're getting our hard rounds out of the way here. I don't remember any area codes, so quite a few Asian cars here though. So I'm thinking of like trying something around here. I mean, I think that sounds too flat, right? Yeah. Well, let's try a Vladivostok hedge here and see if it pays off. This will be an insane guess. Right. Yeah, near Sochi there. And we could have gotten a nice score. I did think of going Caucasus, but something about the prevalence of the Asian cars swayed me the other way. Anywho, this one should be, I guess it's Ukraine. I was assuming it was. Could actually be black car, but I'm going to try Ukraine here, and I'm going to try Belarus near Kiev. Ends up being a good guess. Okay, that's what we want to start. 4.3. This is going to be the last seed now. This one feels like deep south Brazil, maybe? I mean, this pole here looked like a Brazilian one. So, we're lacking any antenna. It could actually be in Ecuador. I do consider that that is possible. But my real thought was to go Uruguay here and hope that it's somewhere on this peninsula or something like that. A lot of rubbish on the ground here. It's really interesting round. I'm going to go where I have it. It ends up being a good guess. It was actually in Uruguay, though. Brazilian pole in Uruguay. That's a fun location. So I guess we have to reset if we got the right country. Obviously, our score doesn't count at that point. So I'll go faster now. Indo. Okay, we'll reset again. Actually, may have been... interesting. This one is good. This one's good. So this one's going to be in South Africa. So we'll guess Eswatini right here because we see a lot of these plantations, which are kind of common on the border here in both countries. And it ends up being a good guess. Lesotho would have been technically closer, but we get a good score. Prince George. Chamber of Commerce. Prince George, huh? Where is Prince George again? Obviously, we have Prince Edward Island here. I swear Prince George is familiar. It's not on St. John's. Cape St. George? Where's Prince George? Oh, Prince George is maybe up here, maybe. Oh, St. John. What am I thinking of? Here's Prince George, okay. I knew it was something. And so, is it actually the right Prince George that we've clicked? Because if it is, we're in trouble. Vancouver Street. Okay, I do believe we are in the right spot here. So, let's go here. So, Prince George, actually, thinking of here. We made this mistake last time, but I think this may be closer. Let's try that. Ends up being 3.8. That's pretty good. Pretty good result there, actually. All things considered. Would have had like a 5K round there with the Vancouver Street in Prince George, but unfortunately, it's not the aim of the game, is it? This feels like northern Peru to me. Immediately just thinking of sending something in Ecuador here. I kind of like that better than Brazil, I think. So I'm gonna go for it. Oh man, southern. It's probably gettable, but unfortunately, not really my day today. So this one feels like, is this a Falkland Islands tracker or something? Because these trees here feel very southern. Yellow rears. Is there even such a thing? Or am I making a fool of myself? Well, it feels too developed. There's too many houses here to be Falkland Islands, so yeah, I guess this is somewhere in like southern Britain. That's my real thought here. So I was thinking maybe even like kind of Exeter, Plymouth, like direction here. So I think this is my best bet. I think. Maybe I'll look double silly and it will be Falklands, but yeah, I kind of doubt it. Sun's more so to the south anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go here. Ends up being a nice guess. Actually, probably Ireland would have been a slight bit closer, but 4.2 is good. And this one, I know Falkland Islands does have tracker, but I don't think Stanley has any tracker. Anywho, this one should be Canada, I think. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Dirt road coverage with lack of front plates. Feels pretty likely. Quebec? No, I would say we might be just southern Saskatchewan. Yeah. You know, southern, I'm gonna go North Dakota here. Let's see it. Nice, good guess. We end up with 18.9. Okay. Dude, if I had not dropped the ball on that Peru, we could have ended up with a better score, but that is a pretty nice game, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I think that was good fun. I always enjoy this format, and it's been a while since I did it, so it was time to circle back around. Guys, appreciate you guys all with the support recently. It's been crazy growth, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the video soon. Goodbye.